Hello, everyone! It is yours truly, Rory Rocket. And today, I do not know why it lagged there for a bit. We're going to be playing some more Garry's Mod. Now, a year ago, I played a map known as Vacant Industry. And it was really something, I'll say that much. What the hell? Oh my god, are previews broken again on Discord? Yeah, no, they are completely broken again. Wonderful. Oh, it works now. Hmm. Apparently Discord was getting DDoSed. How surprising. But yeah, Vacant Industry was, hey Furret, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. And then one last one, and I have to do a lot of self-promo. My god. And it's made all the harder by the fact that since everyone's freaking out about mass surveillance or whatever, I need to sanitize my links. I hate when mass panics inconvenience me. Alright. But yeah, Vacant Industry was, it was really quite something. Probably one of the Gmod maps of all time. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of people watched that stream. Maybe because it was in the middle of the time where, you know, it was coming right off of, all the crap that happened with, my old co-host, let's call her. And as such, you know, my reputation then was pretty much in the gutter. Luckily, it's mostly out of the gutter now, but you know, it was a thing. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's actually do this here. Hey Skylar, how you doing? And also hope this stream does a bit better than the last Vacant Industry stream. And by a bit better, I mean actually gets views. So, to bring you up to speed, we're part of a survey team sent in after a factory is discovered in the middle of the Arctic. And, yeah, no one responded from within, but it is clear that it is definitely of human origin. Especially when we start looking at some of the signs inside. My personal headcanon is that a large corporation built this. But as for what they were doing within it, well, you're gonna have to wait and see. And one of the most annoying, I mean, you know, unique and interesting mechanics of, this map is the Omni Cutter. Yeah, Omni Cutter. And I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. Love because it's nice to see maps try new things out, but hate because it is very easy to lose this thing. And once it is lost, it does not respawn. So, you only have one Omni Cutter, and that's it. And as for what the bomb's for, that will come into play much, much later down the line. But yeah, this is just a small taste of the scale this facility runs on. Like, you think this is big, wait till we get down to the lower levels, and then you'll see what big truly is. At least in the scope of this facility. And yeah, I brought both the bomb and the cutter along. That way I don't have to go back and get the detonator for when it actually gets to that point. But yeah, your first sign of human inhabitation. And yeah, it is very creepy, Skylar. Or that this facility was built by humans are, number one, everything's written in English. Number two, yeah, very clearly not alien design. And that starts I believe the secondary generators, which also grants us access to the rest of the facility, but first, let's check up here. Whoa. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. This is night and day compared to the first map. Like, the first map, though it looked very good, definitely did not have cube maps or any of the fancy stuff that I'm seeing here. And I'm so glad they kept the little observation chair there, where someone would sit and, either take a break or observe to make sure nothing bad happened. More likely the latter, since, it's directly, And by the way, yeah, my frame rate is not going to be very good tonight, so... Because, number one, my PC has to load everything back up over time. Because... Uh-oh. Because we suffered a bit of a situation with the weather over here. And I wonder what this is for. Ah, security access. Okay. So another thing we have to look out for then. And number two, because this is just a very big map. In fact, the creator actually warns on the page that if you try to no-clip, chances are there's a very high chance to actually crash your game. So yeah, don't no-clip in this map, whatever you do. Alright, so lab notices. Lab 1 is standard lab. Lab 3 is C dossier. And then lab 7 seems to have some important stuff. Huh. So already there was signs of issues developing within the lab. Why do I have a feeling that dealt with severely is shot on sight? Why do I have that feeling? Unrestricted access. And I'm guessing this is a lab access to level 4 card, which we'll definitely need. Though again, not quite sure. That's very annoying. Not quite sure. Where that goes to. Alright, I need to calm my nerves now. I cannot be getting worked up right here. We just barely made it into the map. to be frank, and this is just me theorizing a bit, but given the presence of, you know, all these objects you have to keep track of, and that are not just, you know, added to your inventory via a rudimentary system of triggers and stuff, I kinda suspect this map was made with co-op in mind. And wasn't that standing in... Oh. It's a physics prop now. Okay. But yeah, I have a bit of a hunch that this map in particular was made with co-op in mind. Eh? The hell was that? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully anyway. What the fuck? It just happened again. Yeah, I don't think we're alone here. There's something down here with us, and whatever it is, it's probably hostile. Especially if it could make that hole. I don't even want to imagine what made that. Alright. Let's move quickly. So just the same as before. Like, there are some areas where it is noticeable that, yeah, it is a remaster. There's some areas where I'm just not feeling it as much. Oh god. There we go. And now be careful not to fall, because we definitely need this. Like, this definitely looks improved. And a lot of the vehicles and such, were originally just, BSP blocked out vehicles. They were not actual, pre-made models, whereas this... Yeah, that's a pre-made model. Is it, though? Oh, yeah, it is. At least I think, anyway. Yeah, it is. I know this would probably never happen. Because, you know, my channel is so small to the point where it's barely even a blip on the radar. But I don't know. I would like at least maybe a shout out in a Gmod map one day. Again, I don't think it will ever happen, but you know. Rabbit can dream. Alright, which are we gonna use first? Well, first up, let's see if we could find where this goes to. Well, definitely not there. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to restart the coolant for that. Oh! So that's where this goes. Okay. Some of these areas I have definitely not seen before. We'll have to find that room. I'm pretty sure I know where that is. Even though I don't think there was a corpse in the hallway the last time I, were on the old version. Oh god, I am lagging. Again, that's not the bit rate, that is, my actual in-game performance. Because this Dell is not powerful at all. It's literally an Optiplex Office PC with a cheap graphics card stuck in it. Alright. I have to be very careful with this one. Careful. Ow. Alright. And this mouse is starting to die. Damn it! Hell yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. And I should really remember to turn my flashlight off more often. Because I know that some of you do complain a bit when I, forget to do that. I'm sorry. Alright, let's try this one. Oh yeah, those, scannable info panels. This is the reworked version of those. And here's our first hint of what's going on. So, to explain this, and again, they do not really explicitly tell any of what's happening. This seems to be... So what's going on is they are essentially experimenting with a bioreactor down here, and biomechanical systems that are powered via the draining of the draining of life force energies to power the reactor, pretty much, more or less. no, it does not stop with just this layer of it. It actually goes quite a bit deeper than just this. Alright. So cool flow is restarted. Therefore, in a little bit, the reactor chamber should be safe to enter again. And yeah, my frame rate is... This is hitting around 15 FPS, but... Again, as I said, I can't really do anything about that. So... Alright. Last one sealed. Oh, uh-oh. Phew. Holy shit. Oh yeah. And by the way, the new version of this map has full voice acting. Sorry, I had to check on something. But yeah, there is voice acting in this version of the map. Nice improvement over the original. And I'm gonna heal real quick because that shaved off a lot of health. There we go. As for what this will come in handy for, well, you'll see later on what the C4 is for. And I think this is one of the newer areas. Yeah, this is one of the new areas that was added, in the remake. It features anti-gravity, solid waste incineration, and you can change the wind direction. Very, very cool. Where does this lead? Oh, back here. Which is just an underside view of that, vent from earlier. Rather, the catwalk over the vent from earlier, but still. I wonder what was down there. I don't know. Whenever games have areas blocked off, I always just wonder what's down there. In a spring?
One of many social rooms I have reserved for my creators.
Huh.
I was not designed with
The
two
first
virtues.
cafeteria.
They can be invasive. Even then, there was an uncanny emptiness without them.
Huh. An AI that... has a little bit of, feeling. I'm gonna need to replace this mouse soon. Yeah, this mouse is not working. That doesn't lead anywhere. I don't think anyway. Damn it! There we go. Again. Nope.
Almost everything I need comes from deep in the earth. That is why deep expanses like this exist.
And yeah, the main reason there is deep expanses like, you know, all the pits and stuff is because everything our big computer boy needs to survive was mined out from deep within the Earth's crust. There we go. And Yeah, it slowed down briefly there because, again, a 3770 can only do so much, I guess.
This room breaks down the usable waste for new speaker power. Very exciting, I know.
Alright, bit of a warning. This machine is definitely, yeah, no, don't ride it. Also, shouldn't there be an elevator at least? Instead of a ladder. Would make it far, far safer. Because what if, you know, worker slides off and gets killed?
One of many tests of organic hybrid machines. One day, I made
Ah!
an entirely of organic material. How different would we be then?
And yeah, you can see the, work being done on bioorganic engines and stuff. Definitely unnerving. I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. And this cannot be accessed. Again, makes me really wonder. And like, I know I say this a lot, but still. It's impossible for me to not ask. Just what is behind there? And we cannot seal the reactor again. Alright. Now, as you go deeper, you might start noticing a few things. Number one, oh man, those noises are creepy as all hell. And number two, this part, when you compare it to, if we go back up, floor 2, I think. Yeah, 2. Floor 2 here. Looks to be far older. In literally everything. Like, the light models are much older. The walls are made out of steel instead of packed reinforced concrete. Like, it definitely has a sense of age to this part. Whoops. There's a good reason for that. Let's just say this map pulls a bit of a GM Crot. If you know anything about that map.
Shaft goes all the way to my lower complex. All 17 kilometers. There should be a whole world down there.
And no one would ever know. Alright. Now we prop the door a different way. I'm nervous. stay here. Where did I put it? There you are. Oh my god. Note to the map creator, just please, please use normal goddamn ladders in your next maps, whatever you do. And also, figure out a better mechanic than the Omni Cutter. This gets a little annoying sometimes. And I'm pretty sure that could have killed us if we were, standing too close.
I cannot access it. You are on your own in there.
And this is where a very uncomfortable truth starts to rear its head. There was a whole other facility underneath this one. And alright. Damn it. Come on. There we go. And I don't remember this being a cryo area. Hazardous content. Oh no. That's blood. Something went down here. Yeah. So yeah, my headcanon is, to explain all this, my headcanon has always been, so this was originally started as a much more militaristic project. They researched the military applications of various things, and then something got out, slaughtered everyone in the complex, and yeah, they decided to just bury it and leave it be. And then years later, sometime around the 90s, 80s, whatever, we don't really know where this when this takes place. Um So yeah, sometime around the 80s to 90s, or even 2000s, God forbid, um, or even dare I say the 2000s rather, um, again, some of the monitors do kind of look to be maybe 80s, maybe 2000s, I don't know. Maybe 90s to 2000s, I don't know. But yeah, a new team is sent, and a new factory sort of laboratory is constructed to experiment on more civilian applications for this biotech they developed here. But of course, secrets. Don't like being buried. And I don't know why my internet keeps... That is so weird because it does not do this very often at all. At least not on this newer machine. But yeah, secrets don't like to be buried, right? Oh. So, therefore, I have not considered this before. I have not considered this before. Well, we're just gonna have to leave the cutter. Actually, no. There is probably a way we could. Okay, Mark, yes. Screw it. And I'm very sorry for doing that on stream. For no clipping on stream. I don't like doing that. But That was not a well thought out system. And yeah, as I said, secrets don't like being buried. So eventually, either something got out of there, and started, wreaking havoc on the main structure, and then eventually took over the main structure's database, mainframe, whatever, somehow. Again, I have never considered that before. Or B. And more likely, I don't know, maybe a survivor from that original program somehow got out. Or somehow managed to survive all this time, and then made their survival known through, let's say, very impromptu introduction to the new crew. I.e., they started causing trouble for the new crew. And that's why the facility was eventually shut down, because the losses to them became too difficult. Though I'm assuming it's whatever they were working on taking it over based on, what the weird voice in the cutter says. Again, just so many possibilities that even I failed to consider.
clinging to the roof. I have never seen the sun. Not that I care much to.
He has never seen the sun. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, it is some entity then. Possibly the entity that actually led to the facility's downfall.
Green hallways were often used for tourism back in the glory days. This area showed TVs, outdated even then.
Let's see if we could find that big cafeteria they were showing off on the monitors. Also, fun fact, this used to be... Yeah, this actually used to be stairs, I think. But in the remake, they replaced it with an elevator. And I will say that models are very improved over the original. I like this. Alright, time to heal again. look at that. Still got the Omnitool.
Refinery 7. I must have about 60, or was it 80?
80 refineries. So in other words, this facility is far bigger than even we could have known. Interesting. Anything behind here? No. Nothing behind that panel either. And we can't go beyond there. Damn it! Nope. We just gotta reverse the flow. And we're back here again. Oh yeah, and for one last little bit of creepiness, this might be the riskiest thing I've done with the cutter. Yep! There's where a good chunk of the staff went. And as for the cutting tool, I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Again, I do not like using no clip on stream, but is kinda necessary in some cases, especially when they did not code a way to respawn these objects for some odd reason I will never understand. And you know what? I'm taking you. We're getting the actual hell out. Something about a test. What though is anyone's guess. I decided that I'm just going to, scan these as I go back up to ground. Where's the next one? And I don't know, I'll try. Maybe off screen to discover where the other cafeteria was. I mean, hell, for all we know, it could just be like a concept of the new cafeteria if this ever receives an update. But if that's the case, then yeah, that'll be a little disappointing. That's it. That's it. And there's even more up there, so... Wonder then, what's up there? Like, for everything we're shown... there's one or two more things that were not. And they greatly expanded the ceiling on this place. Dear Lord. Yeah. Yep, nope, it's overheating really bad. Yep, my Wi-Fi card is overheating really bad right now. Okay. It will work it out of its system eventually. There we go. Yeah, it seems to have mostly worked whatever it was out of its... Or at least seems to be battling it. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's good now. I think my Wi-Fi card is really overheated, though. Which... yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix that. Again, I don't want it to be positioned right under the rear fan. I really do not want it to be under the computer's exhaust port, but... there's literally nowhere else to put it. Alright, hopefully it stays stable this time. Yep. I don't know what happened there. That was really odd. There we go. Just need to sputter and cough a little bit, but it's back. Yeah, it's back. Now it isn't. Now it is. What the hell's going on sometimes with... Great. I think this modem is starting to die too. That's... Yep, this modem is beginning to crap out as well. Just what I needed. Another modem catastrophe on my hands. I'm sorry for the scuffed ending. I really do not know what's going on sometimes. There we go. And this time you stay started. Alright? Okay. So that's pretty much it for this stream. You know, it was nice, well, except for the end, which... Yeah, I think this modem overheats sometimes. Especially now. I've been noticing it a lot more now. That there's apparently a heat limit with my current modem. And once it passes it, it can no longer function normally. Which kinda sucks. But... You know, it's whatever. It's whatever. That's what you get for living in Pennsylvania, where indoor air conditioning is an anomaly and doesn't exist. I guess. I hate this state. I hate this state so much. Alright. But yeah, sorry about my modem overheating towards the end. It's been doing that a lot. And especially in streams. And I don't know what's been causing it. Maybe I need to clean it out. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it was nice to revisit the map and give it a more proper overview, I guess. That was pretty cool. And see, it's running perfectly fine now. So what the hell was earlier all about? Again, this is an old Wi-Fi 3 modem, so for all I know, it could be actually crapping out, and... in which case, I am absolutely screwed. But yeah, hopefully I'm not. But yeah, you know, now, honestly, overall, I've given this map an 8.1 out of 10. And the score still stands here. Like, yeah, they definitely improved the visuals, but one, it's still too co-op heavy with the non-inventoried stuff. And number two, on top of being co-op heavy, it also has the issue of its story is still presented in a very strange way. And just very hard to decipher what's going on. I mean, this could be totally deliberate, but I don't know. I'd rate this one as a play once map, but I don't know, its replay value is a little low, especially with the frustrating co-op heavy elements and all that shit. Um, so yeah, just something to be aware of, I guess. So what will we be doing on Thursday? More Mori, obviously. And also, I will be absolutely showering you guys. And I mean showering you all and pre-record stuff. Specifically, I decided to move Mouse PI for Hire to a pre-record slot, and then make SLA RPG or SLARPG, which I originally was gonna make pre-recorded, a stream series. There are reasons for that, but we'll get into that when we get there. But anywho, I think it's time I wrap things up. So yeah, so long, farewell, stay sparkling, and until later, see ya. Good night, everyone. I'll see you all on the flip side.